In this video you will learn what are the tools for software requirements and management, how to use the toolbox approach, tools for requirement modeling, what is mind mapping, some great mind mapping programs, tools for software requirements and management. Software requirements gathering may be as enjoyable as counting function points or developing a website in 6-editor. The software team often assumes that business clients will be as clear as possible about what they want. Software teams are routinely expected by business clients to read their thoughts and produce a solution based on unstated, ill-formed, or unknown needs. All of these needs must be properly recorded in a large document that will be utilized for future squabbles over a he said, she said game. Collecting requirements is tough. The fact is that accumulating requirements takes time. Project teams might make inaccurate assumptions, concentrate on how rather than what, and improperly express needs. With the assumption that the document would be ready for deployment within a week, teams are regularly handed a template document and instructed to go collect requirements. If you ask your software teams how they collect requirements, you'll most likely receive a range of responses, from mind reading to engaging in requirement management workshops using different templates and tools. The requirements gathering process, together with all of the associated tools, templates, and processes, is not a one-size-fits-all approach. When teams adopt a standardized requirements tool, PMOs and other project management experts welcome it. A toolbox technique is preferable. Make use of the toolbox approach. A toolbox approach enables project teams to establish business requirements via the use of a number of tools and approaches. Any given organization is likely to have waterfall, agile, and some ERP variation for SAP and both package deployments. Why should we expect our requirement tools to be the same across projects when our projects, processes, and people are all different? Choosing the proper tool for the task has been shown to be quite valuable. These technologies help in eliciting better requirements and translating business processes into technological solutions. 1. Diagram of context. A system context diagram delineates the system's boundaries, its surrounding environment, and any interacting entities. Customers, external or internal systems, end users of the organization, and any vendors or suppliers supplying third-party services are all shown in the diagram's center. By constructing a visual model of the software solution, you acquire a better knowledge of the primary interactions and participants in your system. It also helps to describe the system's environment so that the end user can agree on what is and isn't part of the project. 2. Decomposition of functions. From the top down, a functional decomposition diagram displays the primary functions of the business process or the system. When I'm thinking about it, I'll use the functional decomposition diagram to break down what the system should perform. This point of view also helps to validate all of the functions that the system should deliver. It's comparable to an organizational chart, and it should be understandable to your end user. 3. Think about utilizing a case diagram. The use case diagram assists in the portrayal of the system's interaction with its users. The diagram represents numerous processes or operations, and each user role is referred to as an actor. Each of these interactions can be broken down into more steps, each of which has a happy route and other options. Here's how it works. Case study, submit application. The actor is customer. Explanation, it describes the procedure of submitting a credit card application. Distinguished completion, the user inputs application information such as their social security number. The system looks for data entry problems in the input. The system submits the application. Alternate method, the submission is rejected by the system owing to incorrect social security number form input. Precondition, a website or email campaign led the user to the credit application. Post-condition, the user gets a success message. Assumptions, none. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. On my website, projectmanagerik.com, you can get the free templates for your project management needs as well as training based on my 544-page book Project Management for Managers, Program and Project Portfolio Management in Banking. Please see the details below in the description. 4. Diagram of sequence. A sequence diagram displays how items interact with one another over time. It shows the whole scene from top to bottom, with messages being passed between the different objects. Objects include actors, systems, and sub-packages inside a system. 5. The as-is and to-be process model. The swim lane diagram is taught as a systems analysis model in every systems analysis and design course. Paul Harmon's Business Process Change is a wonderful place to start if you're searching for a book on business process management. It goes beyond the conventional textbook approach to business process management. The following table compares the as-is and to-be process models. process model as is. The as is process model describes the existing business process flow. Some teams struggle to create an as is model for a business process because they typically wish to move to the future to be process. However, it is beneficial to invest the time in documenting the as is for significant or complicated processes so that the whole team can create a shared knowledge of the business process. To be process model. The system is generally represented as a swim lane in the to be process model, demonstrating how the business process is transformed with the system in place. Now that the system and workflow are part of the business process, teams can decide if the process still makes sense. 6. Examples of case studies. User stories have been discussed in prior sections, and I mention them here because they are valuable tools for rapidly identifying a system's primary functions. They may be broken into smaller user stories as required since they are written on note cards. If a user's narrative proves to be too complicated, it may be broken down into smaller tales and supported by one of the previously stated graphics. Agile does not mean that just note cards and sticky notes should be used. Agile teams recognize the importance of picking the optimal tool for the task. 7. Mental maps. Mind mapping is another excellent method for recording ideas, needs, and organizing a discourse with numerous tangents. It is simple to go off course during a requirements collection session and shift to another essential business process. Mind mapping helps organize conversations by linking comments, needs, and ideas to important branches of thinking. Benefits. You'll see that the dreaded requirements document isn't included as a tool. You'll most likely utilize a spreadsheet, a word processing document, or a software system to further record these criteria. You will be able to build the enormous requirements document even if you use a software solution such as HP's Quality Center or IBM's Rational Requisite Pro. The reality is nobody likes to read a lengthy and dull paper describing system requirements. When I utilize visual communication to define and convey the demand, teams get more involved and understand each other better. Even though the sample user story was drawn on an index card, I still use Agile software tools to build my product backlog in a graphic way. Tools for requirement modeling. The above samples were developed using Microsoft Visio and MindGenius, a mind mapping application. Consider adding the following software tools to your requirements toolbox. Star UML is a popular UML modeling tool. Open Text Provision is a sophisticated business process architecture tool. Visual Paradigm is a design and management tool for company development. Software for mind mapping. Mind maps are becoming more popular as a technique for organizing thoughts and creating new ideas. The greatest mind mapping software will help you think creatively instead of sequentially. Today, we'll look at some of the greatest mind mapping applications for providing polished structure to your ideas. Characteristics of an exceptional mind map maker. 1. The greatest mind mapping software converts brainstorming thoughts into an orderly mind map. 2. Collaborative features are essential for anyone who works in a group. The learning curve for your chosen mind map maker should be easy so that more people can get the hang of it. 3. Support a broad variety of import and export formats and devices to boost adaptability. 4. The mind map maker should have options for sharing and publishing on Google Drive, social networking sites, and other similar sites. 5. Make it extremely simple to connect external files. The greatest ones may include movies, audio files, websites, and photographs attached to them. Superior mind mapping programs. 1. EdrawMind, because it allows for the insertion of a vast amount of information in the form of markings, associations, callouts, summaries, hyperlinks, notes, and so on. EdrawMind is the finest mind mapping application. You may easily conduct group brainstorming sessions by using the brainstorming mode. Simply record your thoughts in various colors on the left pane before dragging them to the right to build a mind map. The following are important characteristics. Its rich visuals allow users to effectively communicate their ideas. There are over 22 different mind map structures to choose from, including the fishbone, tree map, bubble map, timeline, and others. Among the 33 preset themes, it is possible to pick a suitable style to make it stand out. Users may choose from 700 plus attractive clip art to assist them in visualizing ideas. Colors, fonts, style, and other aspects may all be completely customized. 2. Miro. By using this simple mind map creator, you can bring your teams together at any time and in any place. Miro enables real-time in-person communication, enabling you to execute projects without facing bottlenecks. Miro can be used with any modern technology such as Jira, Google Suite, Dropbox, Sketch, and Slack to keep the process contained in an online whiteboard that can grow as needed. Advantages. Collaboration can be completely trusted because of advanced administrative controls and enterprise-ready security. An online whiteboard and canvas with limitless zoom may help you realize your full creative potential. Centralized information hubs may be built to keep all users up to speed on the newest developments. Drawbacks: table mechanics editing is insufficient. Adding videos to the Miro board is really challenging. It ranks poorly in terms of usability due to its high learning curve. 3. MindMeister. MindMeister, with over 7 million users, can certainly aid you in developing high-quality mind maps. This web-based portal is highly handy for performing extensive research and generating improved company plans. Integration with a range of third-party apps boosts your convenience even further. Advantages: when used with the built-in presentation mode, it makes it possible to turn mind maps into presentations that are easy to understand. History mode enables you to relive all of the processes involved in your work so that you can keep track of the modifications that have been made. Users can easily find out who worked on a project and even undo tasks that are no longer needed. Drawbacks: because the notes section size is constrained, vital information gets chopped off. The available output possibilities are restricted. Setting the privacy level of numerous maps at the same time is not feasible. Kaku. This cloud-based mind map creator allows users to create professional quality wireframes, flowcharts, and diagrams. It has advanced features like social network sharing, in-app comments, multi-user editing, revision history monitoring, and much more. It works well with Google Docs, Google Drive, Atlassian Confluence, Slack, and TypeTalk, which makes it more useful. Advantages: you may examine previous versions of your mind mapping diagrams to see how they have evolved. Users may contribute to and reply to comments on the canvas. The best mind mapping software for real-time collaboration to increase creative productivity. Drawbacks: it does not give a simple technique for grouping messages. Diagrams made using the old Flash engine are incompatible with the new one. The free edition has a very restricted number of diagrams. 5. Xmind. Mind mapping is a brainstorming method utilized by both startups and Fortune 500 corporations throughout the globe. It supports a number of formats, enabling you to share the findings across many platforms. You may evaluate the titles and document themes using the outliner function. Outlines may therefore be modified, reviewed, and even analyzed to provide logical content. Advantages: it allows users to work with both MS Office and Adobe PDF. Because of its cross-platform font compatibility, it is a very user-friendly alternative. In addition to mind maps, users may generate tree charts, organizational charts, and logic charts. Drawbacks: the user interface looks out of date. It does not enable automated platform synchronization. Users cannot share their mind maps via the internet in the free version. 6. Creately. Creately is a mind map builder that can be readily coupled with other technologies for usage in your operations, such as Google Apps and JIRA. Creately has tried to make the process of making diagrams easier in the past by letting users sync their work between the online and offline versions of this app. Advantages: mind mapping software allows users to utilize over 1,000 professional shapes and templates. It enables seamless communication, enabling you to collaborate with teams and customers remotely. Its usefulness is enhanced by the drag and drop feature. Drawbacks: it is quite tough to import SVG files. It is not possible to add a document straight from the dashboard. Diagrams cannot be moved from one folder to another. 7. Bubble.us. This web-based mind mapping application is perfect for folks who are always on the road. It may protect you from the annoyances of difficult installation, enabling you to concentrate on the task at hand. With this online app, you can quickly work with other people by sharing files and talking about ideas. Advantages: mind maps may be saved as HTML or as images. As long as you have a reliable internet connection, you can use the best mind map tool from any device. The premium plan's interface lacks branding, enabling you to use your company's aesthetics to customize its appearance and match it with your brand. Drawbacks: it does not enable users to adjust the overall color of the branch. Users are not able to pick up many bubbles and move them all at once. The free version does not support real-time collaboration. 8. Simple Mind. This mind map maker simplifies the analysis and structuring of your ideas by offering vertical, horizontal, list auto, and top-down layout choices for optimum brainstorming. The bulk of editing work may be done without using any buttons. Mind maps may also incorporate photos, video recordings, and voice recordings. Advantages: mind maps may be stored and shared with third-party cloud services with ease. Topics may be readily modified using colorful indications. It offers a straightforward design interface that is suited for beginner users. Drawbacks: it might be incredibly difficult to transfer a license from one device to another. It is less flexible than other products for making mind maps because you can't work with a team. Users must restart their mobile devices before sharing mind maps with others. Click on the video card on the right to understand risk management strategy importance and key principles. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. On my website, projectmanagerinc.com, you can get the free templates for your project management needs as well as training based on my 544-page book Project Management for Managers. Program and project portfolio management in banking translated into 12 languages and counting. Please see the details below in the description and where to buy my book and what is the best program and project management software, PPM.